There are many iconic fashion shows that have been staged throughout the years, and each fashion house had at least one landmark runway that particularly impressed the media and the audience. But if we have to point out one fashion show that left an enduring mark on the fashion industry, it's the Battle of Versailles. The Battle of Versailles was a landmark fashion event that took place on November 28, 1973, at the Palace of Versailles. The event was organized to raise funds for the restoration of the palace and became a pivotal moment in fashion history, particularly for American designers. Conceived by fashion publicist Eleanor Lambert and the palace's head curator Gerald van de Kemp, the event pitted 5 American designers, Oscar de la Renta, Stephen Burrows, Halston, Blass, and Anne Klein, against 5 French couturiers, Yves Saint Laurent, Pierre Cardin, Emanuel Ungaro, Christian Dior, represented by Marc Bohan, and Hubert de Givenchy. The Americans, relatively new to the high fashion scene, were seen as underdogs compared to their established French counterparts. However, they won over the audience with their modern, spirited designs and a more dynamic, diverse presentation, which included models of different ethnic backgrounds. The event is often credited with putting American fashion on the global map and changing the perception of American designers in the international fashion community. So, the event was held in Théâtre Gabriel, the palace's opera house that was inaugurated in 1770 for the celebration of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. It was a memorable evening. French socialite, Baroness Marie-Hélène de Rothschild hosted the event. More than 700 guests were invited, among whom were Princess Grace Kelly, Elizabeth Taylor, Jacqueline de Ribes, Gloria Guinness, Christina Onassis, Andy Warhol, etc. Liza Minnelli, Josephine Baker, Dalida, and Jane Birkin, among other artists, staged spectacular performances. Despite the event being known as the Battle of Versailles, it wasn't technically called like this. It's the press who used this term because it was French fashion against American fashion, even though this was not conceived as a competitive event. It was the first time actually, when the Parisian fashion scene met with an opponent from another country. Because, before 1973, France was heavily dominating the fashion world. It was also very much focused on a series of verses related not to good, evil, or might, right, but culture clashes, both within the industry and society at large, said Vogue. The Battle of Versailles was the first event during which couture and ready-to-wear collections were showcased together in Paris. While French fashion designers were oriented toward luxury haute couture, the American fashion market was specializing in pret-a-porter and sportswear. This mix of different styles was striking. In addition, the event marked a stark departure from the traditional runway shows of the time. American designers presented a lively and diverse show and surprised everyone with their creativity and energy on stage. French designers, on the other hand, showcased more traditional and formal designs. There was no official winner. American designers who stole the show, as they introduced a fresh take on fashion and style. American designs were dubbed liberating, while some critics considered French fashion stiff and old-fashioned. The Americans emphasized ready-to-wear, sportswear and fashion as a kind of entertainment and a woman's freedom to choose her own style of dress, shared Robin Giffen, the author of The Battle of Versailles, The Night American Fashion Stumbled into the Spotlight and Made History, in an interview with Harper's Bazaar. Another distinctive trait of the show was its diverse cast on the American side. First, they brought an African-American designer, Stephen Burrows. 10 out of 36 African-American models, Pat Cleveland, Alva Chinn, Lily Blair, Bethann Hardison, Jennifer Bryce, Norma Jean Darden, Charlene Dash, Barbara Jackson, Ramona Saunders, and Amina Warsuma. Their participation impacted the French fashion establishment. In general, made a big step towards making the fashion industry more diverse. After the event, many designers started collaborating more and more with Black models. From the location and the set to the number of collections shown, to the VIP guest list to incredible performances, everything about the Battle of Versailles was spectacular. Models danced, smiled, and engaged with the audience, breaking the static traditional runway displays. Nowadays we are used to seeing extravagant shows. However, back in the 1970s, these events were staged as mere presentations of collections. The models walked the runway and that's it. It was quite straightforward, with no special light and sound effects, choreographies, performers, or whatsoever. The main reason why the Battle of Versailles resonated so much back in the day is because it was in 1973. France was the epicenter of fashion. However, the United States was not considered its equal counterpart and it was relatively unknown on the international stage. Therefore, this event is often considered a turning point in the fashion industry. It challenged the dominance of the French fashion industry. Also, it marked the rise of American fashion on the global fashion scene. This cultural and fashion milestone changed the landscape of the fashion industry forever. According to Didier Krumbach, former president of the Fédération de la Haute Couture et de la Mode for WWD, American licensing firms, until then focused on a roster of French names, began to see the potential in designers like de la Renta and Bill Blass, and the fundraiser, viewed as a promotional event, did not generate much media attention then, or in subsequent years, in France, though it was meaningful and impactful for the US industry. It was a landmark event in the fashion world, pitting American designers against French designers in a charitable competition that helped elevate American fashion on the global stage. Here's a breakdown of the designers involved and their collections. French designers. Yves Saint Laurent. Known for his sleek, elegant designs, Saint Laurent had already established himself as a fashion icon. His collection featured bold colors, tuxedo jackets, and luxurious fabrics, maintaining the grandeur associated with French haute couture. Pierre Cardin. He was known for his futuristic and innovative designs. His collection featured bold, geometric patterns, and modern silhouettes that were ahead of their time. Ungaro was celebrated for his sensual and vibrant designs, often featuring ruffles, florals, and a mix of patterns. His collection highlighted the sophisticated, yet playful nature of his work. Christian Dior, represented by Marc Bohan. Bohan, who was then the head designer at Dior, presented a collection that was classically elegant, maintaining the brand's reputation for refined and feminine designs, with a focus on tailored silhouettes and luxurious materials. Hubert de Givenchy. Known for his timeless elegance and association with Audrey Hepburn, Givenchy's collection featured chic, understated designs with a focus on refined lines and delicate details. American designers. Bill Blass. Blass's collection was known for its sophisticated sportswear, focusing on luxurious yet wearable clothes. He presented classic, tailored pieces with a modern twist, embodying American practicality and style. Oscar de la Renta showcased glamorous evening wear with rich fabrics, vibrant colors, and intricate embroidery, blending European elegance with American style. Anne Klein, represented by Donna Karan. Represented by her protégée Donna Karan, Anne Klein's collection emphasized ready-to-wear sportswear that was stylish, practical, and accessible, marking a contrast to the more couture-focused French designers. Halston designs were minimalist, elegant, and fluid, focusing on clean lines and luxurious fabrics. His collection was known for its simplicity and understated glamour, a stark contrast to the more elaborate French designs. Stephen Burrows brought a youthful, vibrant energy to the event with his innovative use of jersey fabric, bold colors, and playful, body-conscious silhouettes. His collection was noted for its sense of movement and rhythm, reflecting the energy of New York nightlife. As you understand, the Battle of Versailles was not just about the clothes, it was also about the cultural shift happening in fashion at the time. The American designers, with their focus on ready-to-wear, practicality, and modernity, contrasted sharply with the more traditional, couture-focused French designers. The show was also significant for featuring a diverse group of models, including many African American models, which was groundbreaking at the time. The American team's performance was seen as more energetic and dynamic, with less emphasis on grandiose presentations and more focus on the clothes themselves. This approach won them accolades, and the event is often credited with helping American fashion gain international recognition. The Battle of Versailles remains a pivotal moment in fashion history, symbolizing the rise of American fashion and the changing dynamics of the global fashion industry.